All right, everyone, our next run is ready, so please join me in welcoming MaddyInc with Streets of Rage 4. Take it away.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We are here at No Glitches Allowed and showing off Streets of Rage 4. Oop, camera's that way. I am floating in a blue void, and I am joined by my commentator, Slam. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey everybody, it's me, CasualSlamJam, here to commentate, and I'm happy to be here just vibing.
As we can tell from the title screen, music in this game is excellent, so hope you all enjoy that in the background, but we're going to be talking over most of it, so go listen to the soundtrack and play the game yourself, because it's fantastic. We're going to be playing on arcade mode here, which, as the screen says, we get 1 credit. No continues allowed, but we're also going to be playing on easy because, I'm still a scrub. I'm going to be playing as Blaze. Before we get too far in, we, I believe, had a bid war for the food type. Need to make sure we have the correct ones.
Yes, we did. Just give me a moment, and I will grab that for you. All right. Just going to refresh one more time, make sure we got the most up-to-date information, and it looks like Pizza and Poutine was the winner.
So we got pizza. And, make sure I can identify the food correctly. Looks like a poutine to me. Perfect.
Just teared up seeing my culture and heritage on screen.
Poutine is one of Canada's gifts to the world.
Some would say our only one, but they'd be wrong.
They would be.
Yeah, we also get the
Maple
world
syrup
Celine
also
Dion.
is there.
Oh yeah. Thinking soul food.
Oh yes. So we're gonna be, as I'm gonna get back into my spiel here, we're gonna be playing as Blaze. And we're going to be using 2 alternate moves here, so we are using somewhat of the vanilla kit, but also using the alternate defensive special and offensive special, and that'll be, we'll kind of talk about what all of those things mean as we get into the run. For now, we're going to queue up and get ready on time start, and go. I suppose we have a load screen, but that's fine. What's a few seconds? So we're going to enter in on stage 1, and this is kind of an introduction stage, as you'd expect, to a lot of things that we're going to be seeing in the run. We have 3 different basic enemy types that we're going to be looking at here. We have the Galcias, we have the Signals, and we'll have some Donovans all in this section. And that's only important because they have different attack patterns, different AI patterns, and obviously health and damage. So we're going to be going through here. I'm using my defensive special a lot. We're going to use some charge attacks, and I also have like a, basic attack combo that you'll only ever really see 3 hits from. The other 2 hits are generally slow. So here's our first Donovan, and here's our second one. A lot of the going fast in this game isn't anything too special. It is get good, know where the enemies are going to be spawning from, learn how they move, and how to be able to group them most efficiently so you're getting a lot of multi-hits. And using the shortest combos possible. I guess also I'll be donating $10 for every death just because. Why not? Alright, Slam, why don't you take it away from here? I'm just going to focus up for a little bit.
Alright, so as you saw when this thing started, we are getting to play on, well, not we, but Maddie is getting to play on the titular Streets of Rage. This one is just the streets, a lot of shirtless men, a lot of just shirtless people, and a robot. This robot just kind of shows up sometimes, apparently, in this run. I got to see this thing for the first time and listening to the music for the first time, too. It's kind of great. This robot just... What's his
We're
deal?
just going to suplex. Acts as kind of a mid-boss. I don't know the lore implications. I think it's just a tougher dude. But, you know, you'll see him pop up periodically as a kind of a mid-section boss. And has a few abilities, notably likes to jump up and waste time. That's probably the most notable attribute.
I mean, I do the same thing. These are my favorite enemies in the game. Second favorite. Sorry, there's one better than them. But I like these guys that probably got told, you have to show up to work today. There's a lady that is just crazed and beating everyone up like they're nothing. And they're just like, I'm just showing up today. I'm just putting my hands in my pocket, take a few hits so it looks like I did something. And then I'm just going to be like, dang, she just got past me.
Dang. Oop, I'm on the stars. That's right, I didn't blow up the car. We'll grab this one for safety.
So there's a diva.
This is Diva. This is our first boss, so at the end of every stage, we'll have a boss here. Oop, and I didn't time that out right. Oh well. So, she has an electric snake for some reason. We're going to, you know, punch her in the face, as we will a lot of people during this run. And as you might have noticed there briefly, when any enemy gets hyper armor, meaning that they take damage but they aren't like knocked back from it, our defensive special does a lot of damage, and that's going to be a repeating theme in this run.
Do you think the diva narked on her like two subordinates there? Like they came to help me and they didn't even take their hands out of their pockets.
Oh, absolutely. They're going to get taken off to jail here, and you know, they're totally going to you know, talk to the police. Though, as we're about to find out, stage 2 is the jail cell. Turns out we were thrown in prison. Turns out beating up people in the street is yeah. And of course, the people in the jail cell want to beat us up, but we're just too badass for that. So there's a door. We're just going to punch that, and no more door.
My favorite graffiti in there was the tag that just says gang. Also, I mentioned this yesterday when I was watching this. These are some jacked cops. Like, what are they feeding the police in this place? Like, they've been having protein poutine.
They're all working out there.
All we do in this city is just like, I think crime is just rampant because they've only been working out. They don't actually fight crime. They just hang out in this jail and work out all day.
All day, every day. As we'll see in a little bit in the stage, of course, being a Streets of Rage game, the cops are corrupt, and so we're going to beat them up as well.
Oh,
we are a vigilante for justice here, so we, of course, can't be in the wrong.
So what's this guy's deal?
This is another mid-boss. He has a shield, and so he has hyper armor while that shield is up, and only the shield takes damage. And you have to make yourself invincible while he's trying to attack you, or just dodge. That works too. But we're going to be trying our best to like make sure they don't get their shields up whenever possible, because that is obviously slow. For these two guys, no, they don't get shields. Oop, that guy doesn't. He was a little off center there. But you can see it takes, you know, a number of extra combos to take him out, and that just that takes time. And we're here to go fast.
Yeah. This is... I see you got your first poutine, and also I just love I think they're the Donovans, that when they have a weapon, they just hold it nice and close to their belly, and they just run at you.
The Galcias do that. Yeah.
Oh, the Galcias, yeah.
The
It's like a
Donovans will
3-year-old
actually
got a
swing.
knife for its first time. Kind of sweet in a way.
And if you notice the go sign there, it just allows us to go forward without taking care of all those enemies. Though if we do, we could pick up another star. We're just going to get sucker punched. That's always good. That's fantastic.
I do like that the flex the commissioner has at the start of this fight is to break his desk open and show you all his bribe money.
Yes. And he's about to DM here. There he is. So we're going to knock him out of that because that takes time. And unfortunately, the commissioner is a really heavy character, so it's difficult to get him up in the air to juggle him, unfortunately. As he passes through us, he also has hyper armor, and so we can double hit him because our defense special hits forward and then back. So as long as we face ourselves correctly, we can hit him as he passes through us, and that does a lot of damage. And for the host, just so you know, like anytime the boss is going into slowdown at the end of the stage, I can sit here on the result screen for as long as you want if you have anything you want to talk about. Just let me know and we'll pause for you.
Awesome. Sounds great. Thank you.
But the next stage here is the cargo ship. And we have our first like real obvious stage hazards, which are these exploding barrels. Turns out they do a lot of damage, both to you and anyone else that might happen to be caught up in them. Need to move to the right here to get that trigger. There. Beauty. So we're going to be making our way through here and trying to trying to manipulate some AI here. So I'm actually going to face the way so that Francis wants to come up and face me. Otherwise, if I tried to face towards him, that's one of the type of enemy types that would want to try and get offline and avoid me. So we bait him in there and make him explode. And I didn't quite take out that Big Ben correctly. He should have died before he ever hit the ground. Oh well. Got close. That's our first Big Ben. He kind of acts as a mid-boss, but he has an exploding barrel behind him, so, you know, we use that. And this is the hallway of death, where most of the enemies have an anti-air, so I have to be very careful about when I jump. Jumping is the fastest mode of transportation, but if you get anti-aired, then you're very sad.
This music's really picking up here. I didn't know if I was actually going to be able to listen to the music or not, and I'm glad I can hear it because this is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, right now, it would be, looks like on my playlist that I made for this was nothing but music that Blaze inspired me to listen to. Would have been Girlfriend by Avril Lavigne right now.
I think you made the right choice by listening to this.
Yeah. Like, if I can't listen to Girlfriend, this is the next best thing.
So this is Nora. She whips the basic Galcias into Galcias, as you can see in the name bar up in the top left there. And hopefully that's going to be about it, because we got her in the corner, and you can see that spike wall there. It does a lot of damage. So we keep knocking her into it and use up all of our wall bounces per combo.
If you knock her into the St. Andrew's cross, does she just get stuck on it?
I don't actually know. I haven't tested that yet. So, story happens in between all of this, as you might tell, but we're skipping over all that. We're onto the old pier, and now we have pits. Well, we got pits for days. Turns out when you knock an enemy into the pit, they die. It's irrecoverable forever and ever. So we're going to be making use of that, because it's fast.
They sound like birds when they fall into that pit.
It is an odd scream, I give you that. But this one is for sure the main showcase of pit usage. Pits for everyone. Hooray! But we're not done. Oh yes. More. More pits.
Hell yeah.
How many times...
Yeah, how many
times can I repeat that? Well, as many as I want. It's more a question of how often can I repeat the word before it starts to sound strange.
They sound like seagulls. Also, just speaking of sounds, seems we only got one person on the screen here. She sounds like a bazooka, but every time you fire it, it's a kitten meowing. Like, her voice doesn't match her at all. It's kind of amazing.
I messed up my position just slightly entering this this screen here. I got the knife throw correct, and you can see that I knocked down all of the shield cops, but I wasn't quite far enough forward to catch them before they were able to get their shield back up. Is a nice little time save you can get it, but the knife still does good damage.
Yeah, I noticed that the thing I noticed yesterday, you don't usually use the weapons that are on the ground.
Yeah, they take a little bit of time to pick up, so then they are generally a little slower, and their attack rate is almost always slower than our just basic jab combo. But we will see a stage coming up here where we will make heavy use of weapons. And otherwise, they're very situational. This is Nora. She's a super cop. And so we're going to do our best to keep her in the corner. And I just got hit, so now I'm going to explode. Because she has backup. She has a lot of backup. Look at all this backup. It's an homage to old Streets of Rage star moves and stuff, but we want to avoid that as much as possible. Another one here. She's going to get more backup, but I can. Ooh. Oh no. She got her third backup in. Now we have more fire. The ground is fire. The floor is lava, and we're having a bad time. So we're going to just try and star our way out of this and just chip her down. There's no help in that fight anymore.
Her weak point was just being punched in the face, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Moving on to the underground. Stage hazard here is the poison pit, which causes damage over time and also slows both you and the enemies. I guess one thing we haven't talked about is temporary damage on you. So we can see that I kind of have 2 health bars here, and anytime I use a special, I lose a little bit. I take a little bit of temporary damage. The poison pits here will also cause that. But if I deal any non-special damage, I can recover that unless I get hit, and then all of that damage becomes permanent. But we're playing on easy, so we don't have to worry too much. We get to spam the specials as much as I have been, because it's fun.
A good special. I have a question about the stage. So this is a sewer, and there's all of this, like, this is just the sewer beneath the city, right? Like, it's not a special sewer or anything?
To my knowledge, yeah.
Okay, what are the people in the streets of Raid City eating? Because, good lord.
Well, I think it's that high-protein diet from getting all those gains, you know?
Oh, man, but I saw that everyone's like smashing back poutine. I live in Canada. I don't think our sewers are like this, though I've never been down there.
Well, it might be a field trip someday then.
Yeah.
Better find out. Get to the bottom of it. In the most literal way possible.
Oh no.
So we have another mid-boss here, and instead of just a Kubo or a Big Ben, we have both at the same time. So once we do enough damage, the Kubo, Big Ben comes in and tries to breathe fire at us, but We say no to that. And turns out the sewer connects to a biker bar. So we get to clean up the bathroom here just a little bit and make our way into the bar proper, where, unsurprisingly, there's some bikers. And they want to do exactly what they're showing off here, is kick tables over and hit us with their helmets. We don't want that.
I noticed for a place called Red Demon Motorcycle Club, none of them are wearing red.
Well, it's the type of demon, I would assume.
Oh.
Instead of the blue demon. Very important.
I really like that cross that just says Man Heaven on it. Which is kind of like, I know it's on a cross, it's already pretty blessed. If I had a cross anywhere in my home, I would want it to just say Man Heaven on it. It would be a conversation piece.
Oh, yeah. And we get to say hi to Rue there. Taking up a job as bartending now. Don't ask otherwise why someone would hire a kangaroo as a bartender. It's the boxing gloves they intimidate.
Burt Reynolds?
Nothing yet. But we're about to. We're going to keep him in this corner as best as possible. And just keep looping him as much as possible. And remember what I said about paper armor? We get to see that in effect here. Oop, not that. This. So we push him down so he gets his DM, and then as he tries to kick us, as he goes back and forth, we can hit him both sides again, and it's a lot of damage. It's not the optimal way to do that fight. Ideally, he just doesn't attack you ever, and that goes for like every boss in this game, but I'm working up to it. That's why we're on easy.
That went really well. At least, like, I remember watching it yesterday. I thought yesterday went pretty good, but that was... You just dumpstered the poor man.
Mm-hmm. And now Burt Reynolds has a reason to be mad at us. But not before then. We are innocent of all crimes. Despite being thrown in jail.
Well, you broke out of jail, so you're innocent again.
Oh, that's how that works? Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Now I can, not worry about those warrants about me.
So these weapons you do pick up.
Yeah, this is Chinatown, and this is where the game says, weapons are kind of fun. You should use them. We're going to use them. We have the new enemy of the Kickboxer, who are just the worst. They do two things in life. One is to knee you in the back of the head. And two is to block all incoming attacks. They can do like a few other things, but that's practically all they do. And it's just the worst.
I don't like people who do that in real life, and I'm not going to like people who do that in video games either. Just awful.
But this is the kitchen here, and we get to cause some havoc as I get Cleaver to the face. And we saw our first Gourmand. We'll see a few more of them, but they're a Big Ben variant that likes to belly flop you, which is always pleasant. But a street sign to the face also solves a lot of problems. One small thing here is you'll notice that I'm trying to jump when I use my cleaver. It's hitting something very odd. Okay. I've never seen that. Must be some weird collision there. But anyway, you'll see that I'm jumping with the cleaver, and that has a nice animation cancel, so I can throw it faster. But we didn't showcase that very well. Now the screen gets a lot messier because of it. But I'm going to throw a Durian at people instead. A well-known offensive item. This is our stage boss here. Yeah, sorry.
I was gonna say
Go for it,
this
go for it.
music slaps so much.
That goes for like basically every song. I didn't point it out, but we already went through the best song in the game, and it only shows up for a little bit. It's right after we jump down in the pier before Nora. Yeah, we're going to ignore that there was a mini boss there and go into the dojo. First level here, we have a bunch of Galcias, and they have a lot of weapons that they want to charge us with, and we get to just absolutely murder them. Because we have spears and offensive or defensive specials that can just one-shot them because we're on easy. Do want to carry one spear into the next stage here, though, because now we have guys that actually know how to swing the weapon, like that. Move
Yeah,
just
that
a little
glaive is
fast.
pretty effective.
Knew he was coming in behind me. Oh well. The only problem with the spear there is that it is a fairly slow swing speed. Now I want to drop my sword for a cleaver because the next room has more kickboxers. And this
I
will
hate
have...
them.
Yeah, they're just the worst, aren't they? And they'll have infinite ads coming in as long as this white shirt lives. So we're going to come in here and just take him out. No mercy. Cobra Kai style. We'll grab a little health just because. And move on to the boss. Boss of this stage is Shiva, and Shiva chooses violence.
What?
Yeah. So we thought kickboxers were the worst. No, Shiva's the worst. That move, that palm strike there, has iframes. He can do that. That's just his normal attack. He can teleport. Like that. He basically gets off the ground instantly, so you can't follow up on the ground almost ever. And he can do his DM move whenever he wants for as many times as he wants. So, honestly, for him not showing off really any of that, that was a good fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were saying a lot of things he would do. He didn't do any of it. He just
Good.
he chose death, but then like Guna reversed it onto himself.
With this, we're halfway through the run. So, host, is there anything you'd like to chime in with?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to just remind people that we have some current incentives open. We have an upgrade to hard difficulty for Bram Stoker's Dracula. That run is coming up very soon, in just a couple of runs, and it's only $5 away from meeting the incentive. So I encourage you, if you got even $1, go put it towards the incentive. We also have ones for Forewarned and the Entropy Center, both of which are runs later today. I highly encourage you to go check them out.
Absolutely. Yeah, and like she's saying, get in anything you can spare. It's going to a good cause. That's why I'm up here. That's why we're doing it this weekend, raising some funds for some good dogs. Moving on to the Skytrain. Skytrain is a linear level, to say the least. We have these signs we need to dodge, and turns out there's a lot of cops that are trying to hunt us down on top of a train. But that's okay. We just keep going to the right, and after a few more people, it's going to come to a train stop, and a bunch of dudes are going to hop on, because that's just a normal thing that happens. And
The thing I noticed in another stage is that the cops and the gang members sometimes fight each other. Like that.
Like that. It is a fun thing that they added in there. So yeah, like, especially in these big grand melee things, like, you're not just one versus everybody. though it can be a little difficult to know who's trying to kill you and who's not.
So, why did you choose Blaze? There's a ton of characters in this game, and you went with her.
She's who I played through with casually, and I'm just riding and dying on the single character. I have not beaten the game with any other character, period.
Cool.
So, don't even know how to play him.
Oh, well, the lady with the arms I'm incredibly jealous of is back.
Yep, and now she's brought grenades. She still has backup, though. But this time, instead of a rocket launcher, it is the Commissioner from Stage 2. So we're going to do our best to kind of keep them together, just because that will make it easier. I don't have to keep track of dodging 2 attacks at the same time. Oop. Don't have to kill the Commissioner, but I do have to be mindful of him, because he can break my attack. We'll go into slow motion and look awesome.
Is now a good time for me to sneak in with a quick donation?
Absolutely, hit me with it.
Awesome. We have $5 from Trainer Anande, who says, for the good dogs, less than 3. And with that Bram Stoker's Dracula incentive has been met. Thank you all so much for your generosity.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Excellent.
We're moving on to the art gallery, where we have ladies throwing dangerous objects at you. We can catch them, which is nice. We can throw them back, and that happens to one-shot them. Or we can, trip them and causing them to drop whatever they're carrying on top of their heads, which is pretty useful.
Ooh, that looks blessed.
Shoot. Little slow. Wanted to catch that. I have to deal with her. Ideally, the routing for this is I'm able to throw Fire Potion back and kill both the first Fire Lady and the second one that is trying to walk on the screen in that position. But, alas. Now we get to talk about the fun object I picked up. It's less of a surprise, because we're playing with poutine instead of giant turkeys as our big health. But that is the golden turkey. It is not a health pickup. It is in fact a thrown object, and it will one-shot every enemy in this stage, or do a lot of damage to a boss. So guess what we're going to do with it? That's right, we're going to carry this and not hit anything with it. If we do, we'll lose it forever, and then we'll get to be very sad.
Oh no.
We're going to deal with an ambush as a bunch of grenades fly in on screen. And, yes.
Oh, those are love grenades. It's love bombs.
Oh, is that? Okay. Sure.
Yeah, so
Sure.
that one on the right, there's a little grenade.
We'll toss that
Also,
there.
with the blur, it looks like Love Nike.
And just a nice punch mural in the background there.
It's very tasteful. Oh, and could that be a dollar sign made of blood? It's subtle. I also just noticed the receptionist that is terrified.
There's lots of just fun little details in the background. We got the Picasso Rue in the background here. The actual Picasso in the background. But this is the boss as well. We have to pay attention to that. We are going to do our best to keep them grouped up and do damage together. And as you saw, the golden turkey took out about half a health bar just right off there. The puddle is making it a little hard for me to actually move.
Did they make a Rihanna and Beyonce reference with these two? Because they're Rhea and Bio.
It's entirely possible. I know someone has suggested in the Discord that it should have been Mona and Lisa, which I think would have also been pretty awesome. But, I'm not savvy enough in my pop culture to understand such things.
Yeah, somehow they didn't make it onto my list. Right now it's Frozen by Madonna playing. I had it on mute just so I could see what it would have been. And that would have been incredibly inappropriate here because we're in a steamy place.
Very steamy. This is the bottom of Y Tower of all things, the infamous Y Corporation. And it turns out that saunas, for some reason, have ice physics. That hasn't been my experience. I guess. No sauna that I've ever been in has done that, but place has ice physics, and it's not great. We try and have, nice, precise movement and line things up. Manage your spacing. No, that's not here. Both you and the enemies are just sliding around, and you just deal with it the best you can.
So it also looks like they were just mopping the floor too. So like it's.
Oh yeah, they got the sign out.
Pissed.
They got the sign. They warned you.
They do.
But thankfully, that part is over. We had to eat some pizza, recover our health, and start beating up some karate dudes.
Locker room pizza is the best pizza.
Floor pizza out of the gym bag, even. Brings back memories.
It is a very athletic facility. You can tell because of how wet it is.
We'll eat some more pizza out of the gym bag. It's totally fine. OSHA certified. You know what's not OSHA certified? People with guns.
Yeah. The number one enemy. Dudes, just like, never mind, we're just shooting.
So anyway, I started blasting. You thought 3 was good? How about some more? Missed that. And now we're riding an elevator. And, wouldn't you know it, the glass can break. And we
Seems
can
like
now
a hazard.
have a pit to throw enemies out of. Fail doing that. It's fine.
I think you're luring these people down with the delicious scent of poutine.
I couldn't blame them,
Yeah, I personally wouldn't jump down an elevator under normal circumstances, but if there was a delicious poutine just sitting there and just one person guarding it, I would take my chances.
And it's very important that we have both windows broken for that last trio of enemies, because it's 2 big Bens and a Gourmand. Having them in an enclosed space is just not great. And this is Max, a one-time protagonist of the series. He has permanent hyper armor. Guess what we do to that? This. I gotta push a button.
Left, right, left, right. This is...
And he goes down pretty easy.
Yeah.
There's only one attack that you kind of have to be careful of. Sometimes, don't need to hit my mic, is that he'll have a grab, and that's inescapable, which hurts. Doesn't kill you automatically, but just hurts. But also can't hit you if you're invincible. So, strategy remains the same. Turns out Max was being mind controlled. Some sort of sonic mumbo jumbo. So we are going to go thwart the evil plans, and we have a concert to crash. Come on, hit the trigger. There's a trigger that I need to go across to get these next set of enemies. There we go. And now the Donovan types, instead of just swinging weapons, they'll actually throw them at you. which is fun. We're going to see that in a little bit here. First, we have some kickboxers and an ambush to get through.
The Dirty Lemon nightclub. I don't like that.
Dirty Dancing, it says, I think. Who knows what they could be referencing? Surely I don't.
It's a subtle reference. That's why I come to Streets of Rage, for subtle references.
Come on, there you go. Good job.
Drop the mic.
Now we
Fight
have
the all
another
night
big
long baby.
And how? We had another Big Ben variant there who likes to roll around on the floor. Also has hyper armor, which we can abuse later, but this is my favorite section of this stage. We have wrecking balls. And as long as we keep this moving, it will do a lot of damage and knock enemies back. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, with that wrecking ball there, I think you know what song is playing right now on my playlist. That's right, it's Torn by Natalie Imbruglia.
I would expect nothing less. Go. Now we need to pick up this sledgehammer and take care of those couple guys, avoid the wrecking ball, and wait for this other mid-boss. I just barely avoided that.
Oh man, he's not having a good day.
Sledgehammers to the faces are often a remedy to whatever problems you might have.
Yeah.
Might not be a legal solution to your problem, but it is probably a solution.
It's holistic.
Sledgehammer applied directly to the forehead.
Alright, so this is a Goku type.
I'm gonna shut up and try and focus here. Sorry.
All
Go
good.
for it. There we go. All right, we'll describe what actually happened. So DJ Kawashi has a shield, much like the Shielder Cops. Once we break it, he gets stunned. The instant we do any damage to him, he's on a wake-up count. So if he gains control of himself, he will regain that shield and continue. As we damage him, he also summons ads, which can be a pain to deal with. So you want to break him, you want to take his health bar all the way down in one go. Thankfully, it's not a large health bar, and I screwed up my opening a little there, so I got real nervous, so I didn't talk through it. But we got through it, and I had one extra backup star to help me out there, so good.
Yeah, it was a pretty smooth fight. I didn't even notice that you flipped at the beginning there.
We've foiled the concert. We have a plane to catch. But first, another elevator. What do we do with elevators? Or any kind of pit? That's right. Down everyone must go. King of the Hill style.
This song is good.
Ooh, that I don't want to pick up that. I want to pick up the thing that's flying at me. There we go.
I gotta commend like
Easy
all
peasy.
the enemies that have incredible ankles to just fall from whatever heights and just get right into things.
Yeah, they're here for it. Now we're on the tarmac, and we have ladies that have quite the arm. They cannot throw next to themselves, which can be good if you're standing next to them and not wanting to get hit. But if they drop it, then you have to be careful not to get hit because you're next to them punching them in the face. So it's a balancing act. We have another screen full of them, plus a few more cops. So, throw that ahead, start blowing up some barrels.
Yeah.
And we get to board the airplane. So I have a question. Have you ever seen Air Force One?
Yes.
We're going to reenact Air Force One here.
Yes.
Off my plane. And now we have more guys with guns. We saw one there as we boarded, but now we have to actually fight a few of them. And we have shielder guys, but instead of the batons, they have tasers, which is a little unfortunate. They also pack grenades in this airplane, so I'm going to get shot in the face in response. So at least it hit one guy. I was trying to throw that grenade back and actually hit both the shielder guys as they walked on to break them. Alas. We're moving on forward into the airplane itself, where we have a few flunkies. And we have some unexpected turbulence to deal with. Star hidden behind the desk there. And the last 3 bodyguards before we get up to the cockpit.
Those guys with the guns, I do like their very relaxed gun stance of just, I'm going to just hold it with one hand, kind of mosey about, and I'll take a shot when I'm ready. Listen, it's my off day.
When you're ready. Yep. You know, they're not getting quite paid enough for this, because their boss here has a weapons-grade laugh that gives him invincibility. And he's firing off an Uzi in the cockpit of an airplane. So clearly did not go through TSA.
No. But, like, he's live, laugh, loving his way into hyper armor, so, like, he's doing something right.
Fine.
But
I'm
not
him all the way
enough, as you
down
are.
here.
Just taking him to Dumpsterville.
There we go. Beauty. If he got away from me, he would get his DM, and not only does he have an Uzi, he was also packing grenades and a rocket launcher. And he's still willing to fire those off inside an airplane. So, unsurprisingly, the airplane's going down. And we start the stage. The airplane has crashed. We're just going to brush that off. We only took half our bar in temp damage, and we're just going to punch some dudes in the face, and that'll just heal us right back up. Because that's how medicine works.
Yeah. Local woman raging too much to die.
Go. Go. And then I want to take a knife and throw it there, and that's going to hit an enemy way to the right. And that'll be important to trigger her AI that she's going to come bursting onto the scene, and we can start getting some early damage on her as we continue to move to the right.
So, some enemies randomly have purple skin. Do you think that there's some kind of dark elves that have fallen into the world of Streets of Rage?
I think that should be explored in Streets of Rage 5. I think that could be a nice twist, a new direction for the game series to go.
Yeah, just a nice casual fantasy element. Just, just jump in there.
I mean, we did it in Golden Axe, so like, why not? We have Ultimate Guy with the gun there guarding the entrance. They not only have hyper armor, they also shoot a lot. So we're just not going to mess around and take them out right away. But we entered the castle here. And what do any good castles have? That's right,
Yes.
chandeliers that we can drop on people's heads. There's a sword flying past my face. That's always good. So we have a big room with a lot of enemies that are going to be spawning in here that I need to be careful with.
I really appreciate that the guy who owns us was like, I want to commission a stained glass of myself, but I don't want to look enthusiastic about it. Stay humble.
Yeah, that's Mr. X from the previous game series. But now we have to deal with the Y Corporation instead. Ingenious, they'll never figure us out. One more chandelier there, take those guys out. And moving on. Now, in previous patch, we used to grab the mace there. It was good for the final boss. We no longer need that mace. And we're going to find out why in a little bit. First, we have to get through a few rooms. Some shadows here, which like to run around a whole lot and throw shurikens at you. But if I get them caught up with a wall bounce and my defensive special, then they die in one hit, which is super nice. We're going to clear that and go on to the large lad room.
Large lads.
Large lads. So we get one of every big bed type. And then, if that wasn't good enough, we get two of every type in sequence here. Go. I'm a little low on health. This is a little scary. We need to heal. Haven't died yet. I aim to keep it that way. Just on the edge. Okay, that's fine. Knock these guys together.
Such a good, clean suplex.
A small tidbit is the throw animation is actually different depending on the weight of the enemy. There's a short and a slow, or a fast and a slow animation, and so the big bend types are heavy enough that you get the nice long animation there.
Huh.
But this is Miss Y. She has a rapier, and our special has slightly longer range. But we're going to be using that. She likes to hop around a lot as well, so trying to pin her down can be a problem. So far, so good. Missed that. She's going to DM, and that's going to make her have hyper armor. So, you know what that means. When she gets low enough, she's going to run away, because we're not done with her yet. Nice salute at the end. We're doing good on health, even. Time for the final boss. Face both of the Y twins at once.
No.
I'm going to try and be quiet and do my best here. So, Slam, take it away.
All right. So before I actually watched this, I decided to look up a video of this. I watched the final boss a little bit and said, okay, I get this. That's cool. You get to fight a husband-wife duo. And then we were watching, and he said the Y twins, and I suddenly felt really gross because of how wrong I was. Also, surprise. Just
Giant
we all saw
robot.
coming this whole time. It's a robot. It's a spider. And he just fell right off of it. But that's okay, because his sister, very important to mention, he was just gonna take his seat, not really perturbed by the death of her brother. And well, now, you know, maybe they should have cooperated more, because now she's also dead, and their pet robot is no more.
It's going to explode, and get ready on time. I'm gonna fade to credits here. And time. GG.
Do you think the streets will ever calm down, or is it just a perpetual state of rage?
Oh, I hope they don't. I love this game. I don't know where they would want to take it from here, because this game is just a nice, culmination of all of the games prior. But I think there's some life still in 2D brawlers. They're just fun. And this game certainly added some more modern fighting elements to the old formula, and it's just a lot of fun to play. So here's hoping that there can be more Rage in the future.
Yeah, GG.
Yeah, thanks. So I guess get to shout-outs here while we go through some credits. I'll skip them at some point, and we'll see the score screen. But I think thank you to the devs for making the wonderful game, as we said. Shout-outs to the Streets of Rage speedrun section of the Discord. Glitch and Rilzy in particular for also being Blaze mains and for helping me out. Quite a few other people that are there that would take too long to mention by name, but thank you all. Thank you to Slam for helping jump in and learn this game in a short amount of time and helping co-commentate. Appreciate it.
Hey, happy to do it.
A lot of fun. I've been MaddyInc, and you can find me here on Twitch on Wednesday nights and occasionally on the weekends, but I think that's it for me. Slam, you got anything?
I'm CasualSlamJam. You can follow me on Twitch at CasualSlamJam, and I'm gonna actually be streaming some stuff soon, possibly this weekend. So yeah, catch me but you should also be here because there's a lot going on here right now. Dogs.
Right now, dogs. Yeah. I'll also be running again tomorrow on Slime Rancher, so you can catch me then. But most importantly, like we're saying, get into those donations, raise some funds. It's a great cause, and who doesn't love helping out some good dogs? They're all good dogs. So, with that, I'll sign off and say thank you all. Got a nice 45:55 in-game time. That's the actual official time for this run, which is pretty darn good for me, at least. So, with that, I'll sign off and bid you all a good rest of the marathon.
Wasn't that a fantastic run, everyone? That was so much fun. Although I will say it has made me a little bit hungry for pizza and poutine. Chat, I would love to know what your favorite type of pizza is as we're waiting for the next run to be ready. But also, let me remind you that No Glitches Allowed 10 is raising money for Go Rescue, a dog shelter in Norfolk, Virginia. Go Rescue works to provide a haven for homeless dogs, giving them the time, care, and love they need to find not just any home, but the right home. And in addition to monetary donations, they're always in need of supplies, and these are things, like dry and canned dog food, bleach, cheap paper towels, laundry detergent, furniture, even vehicles. And if you want to help out with that, you can go to gorescuedogs.com and go to the How Can I Help tab to find their Amazon wish list. Or you can make a monetary donation, of course, using the link in chat. The next run is going to be ready very soon, and that will be Metroid Fusion, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Hello again, folks. I am just here as they're getting set up for the next run to remind everyone that we have some incentives that are currently open. We have an incentive for the Entropy Center. I know this is no glitches allowed, but we have an incentive to do an any percent glitch exhibition for the Entropy Center, which I think is going to be super cool. So if you want to see some glitches in this glitchless event, I encourage you to go check out that incentive. Right now we have $14 in that out of 60, so still got a ways, but fortunately we got a bit of time to the Entity Center. And then later tonight as well, we've got a Forewarned run, and that is an incentive to do a bonus banishment ritual level, which sounds really cool, really interesting. Forewarned is a super cool game, so of course it would be awesome to have more of it in this event. That one is at $20 out of 60, so a third of the way there, I believe, if I can do math. And of course, there are some other incentives as well, some things for tomorrow. So go check that out there if you're able to make a donation. Would love to see that. And until then, this is a good reminder, since all the talk about pizza in chat, if you have not had a chance to go grab a snack, get a drink, now is a great time to do that, as we're just waiting for the next run to be ready. Go take care of yourselves quickly, and I'm sure the next run will be ready very soon.